Hello and welcome to Sharon Local History. In this video, I would like to talk to you about our Lake Massapoag. I have here with me Laura Russell from Lake Massapoag Advisory Committee. She will tell you a little bit more about their mission and what their goal is.
We held a lake information walk, and we had people attending from many groups and organizations in Sharon. We enjoyed walking along the beach and looking at some of the different features and challenges that the lake is facing. And this is in preparation for town meeting coming up, where we're updating the article on the lake committee. I'm Laura Russell. I'm the chair of the Lake Management Committee. I want to introduce Debbie Tatro, vice chair, and Ken Hyman. Thank you all for coming. For background, lakes have a life cycle. There was a study in 1984 that predicted Lake Massapoag would be eutrophic, basically dead, by the year 2000. It made many recommendations and many actions were taken, and we gained nearly 40 years of lake health. With time and climate change, we're at a crossroads again. We ask for your support for updating the charge and membership of the Lake Committee and passing the grant to help expand lake testing and education.
How much is the grant, Laura?
$24,500.
And Laura, where does the money come from?
It comes from the Community Preservation Commission.
Thank you.
We walk to the Flume House, which is near the Rotary and which is used to control the lake level, which keeps the lake healthy. The Flume House is named for Cliff Towner, who put many years into working to help improve our water quality and worked with the Conservation Commission on the guidelines for how to manage the water level to keep the lake healthy. And so our conservation administrator, Josh Philibert, goes there daily and adjusts the level of the flume so that the right amount of water is going out based on the weather, the lake level, the rainfall, and temperature. So there's a lot going on in terms of managing the lake, and it's critical to the health of the lake, but there's more that needs to be done. Here you can see me pointing out where you can read the lake level on the gauge by the Flume House, and it's reading at 10.5 feet, which is what it's supposed to read this time of year. Ken Hyman gave us some more information on the lake and how it's managed.
The one that stays in the algae loves the warm water. So, one of the things that I saw Cliff talk about, years ago was the importance of constantly having a flow of water. And I think as it butters to the lake, a lot of people like to have the lake be as high as possible, throughout the entire summer season because it makes it better for boating and everything else. But if you were to, not have the water constantly being steamed off, taking that top layer of hot water off, that will cause additional algae blooms as well.
Here we are at the boat launch area, and I wanted to point out a couple of things. One, that it's very important to clean a boat, trailer, and any gear before launching the boat into the lake. Several years ago, the town banned the use of jet skis in the lake because they were also bringing in invasive mussels and clams. This is a special rescue craft of the Sharon Fire Department, and so that stays at the lake. We walked along the beach and remembered how last summer there were some real problems that closed the lake. We had a closure for over 2 weeks for the algae, cyanobacteria, and the community center beach was closed additionally several times for high E. coli readings. We had several very strong tropical storms last summer, and it created a lot of erosion with water running down from the parking lot and the paths through the beach. And that's not good for the lake health, and it's also not good for the beach.
Yeah, so these are little babies. They're pretty invasive.
and they can like choke off a lake. They can get it if it's like the water treatment plant. They'll like go in and grow so much that it like stops working right. We when I mentioned these to Peg Argambo, and she said, well, we're kind of lucky because the pH of the lake is such that they don't really thrive here. Next, we walk to the mysterious pipe that enters into the lake before the sailboat launch. And it's the flow varies based on whether there's been a lot of rain or not.
Why do you call it mysterious?
Well, you don't really know where it's coming from until you look more closely. So this is it where it's sort of going into the lake, but then if you walk across the lot, you see that it actually comes from a pipe that runs under the road from wetlands and near the athletic field in the high school.
So why is the water brown?
The water's brown because it's tannic acid, which is not necessarily a problem, but it's one of the 9 inflows that we're going to do more testing of. We talked about this cyanobacteria problem we had last summer, and it's really excess phosphorus that fuels the growth of these algae mats in the lake. So this year we're adding a lot more testing of phosphorus coming in from the different inflows into the lake, and also some deep hole testing of the top and bottom of the lake, because phosphorus can settle into the sediment and stay there for years and build up over time. E. coli is another problem that the lake faces, particularly when the water heats up as the summer goes on. The levels are highest at the community center beach and of the inflow areas at Sucker Brook. It's important to keep your dogs off the beach, and any waste should be picked up. Don't feed the ducks or the geese. We don't want to encourage them. We don't need those in the lake. And it's important to maintain your septic system on a regular basis. It should be cleaned out every year or every other year. Lawn fertilizer running into the lake is not good for it. It brings more nutrients, which fuel algae blooms. Outdoor cleaning products can have phosphorus in it, everything from car wash to boat cleaners to deck washes. So please avoid anything with phosphates. These are the topics we covered on our walk. You can find more information on our website, lakemassapoag.net. And we encourage you to look at the top 10 ways that you can protect the lake. We invite you to get involved both in supporting this effort at town meeting to update the committee's charge and membership and approve the CPC grant for our activities. And we'd like to thank everyone in town that's been helping us from different departments, boards, and committees, and many residents who've shared information and groups that have been helping on the lake. Please come to town meeting on May 2nd and vote to protect the lake by approving Article 15 and this Community Preservation Commission grant for our activities. Thank you.
This is the end of our video. Thank you, Laura. Thank you very much. This is fantastic. And thank you for watching Sharon Local History.